guys, what's up? Excoundrel here, and I am back from the Unified Western Live Championship. I will do a video on that this week because it was really fun and really good, and I want to show you guys some of the best bits. But let's get into update 2.8. I'm back to making videos, and I always start on a new update with the best picks for the update. Now, Vox, I think, is going to remain there. He's still very sustain heavy. Poison Shiver's becoming a very good item because of the importance of sustain right now. And Vox is one of the only carries that can really build to sustain himself easily. Interestingly enough, because of sustain being so important, and if you don't know why sustain is so important, I will tell you at the end of the video, Samuel, I think, is actually going to be a really good lane pick in this coming update, so keep your eyes on him. Kestrel, again, can very safely trade. It's very hard to trade into a Kestrel with her Glimmer Shot, and obviously having the ability to trade without easily being traded back into is very important because of the reduction of sustain right now. So the things like the fact that the Halcyon Potion's gone means that if you can get good trades and you have heroes that can get good trades, it's always going to favour you. And to be honest, Idris, even despite the chakram changes, is still an incredibly strong pick, especially CP. So he's going to remain on my list for this update. So the top four are Idris, Kestrel, Samuel, and then Vox. But a special mention to Ringo and Celeste. Celeste has been growing in popularity, and Ringo, if you're good with him, is very good at taking trades in his favour. Now, because this guide is aimed at people who aren't the highest level, Petal is a very, very good noob stomper in the jungle. She always will be. She's had the highest win rate in Vainglory for a very long time because she is so hard to play into. So Petal will remain on my list. Now, I know high elo players will say, lol, Petal's bad, but to low elo players, she's very, very good. Cruel is very good right now because, again, good early jungle trades are important and having sustain is important. So I think Cruel definitely on my list. Glaive because of Spell Sword working so well with him. But also because, again, you can set up early jungle ganks. Ganking is more important now. And being good in the early levels because, obviously, every trade that you take in your favour is always going to benefit you. And actually, because Scarf has still got a very good clear speed, you can actually clear quite safely. And if you're paired up with your captain, which is the more important thing to do right now, Scarf can get some very good early trades in his favour. Obviously, Samuel is still incredibly good in the jungle, so both lane and jungle. And a shout out to Koshka because she can snowball very early on. She's very hard to trade into early on, and again, having early presence in Vainglory is important right now because Healing Flask has really limited the amount of sustain that you can bring to the table. In terms of captains, Lyra will remain. Her sustain and her poke means it's very difficult for the enemy laner to stay in lane right now, and you can always sustain your laner. In the late game, because again, Grace is still so good in the late game, Grace remains on the list. She's got very good early presence in the jungle too. She's a very good early jungle duelist, which is very important. Even despite the nerfs to Catherine's ultimate, she's still very, very good with Echo right now, and Catherine will remain on this list. She's a good early ganker too, and again, ganks mean a lot right now because if you can get ahead in lane, it is far more punishing than it used to be. Arden, because of the sort of need for sustain, Arden's shield and Vanguard provides an almost pseudo-sustain, and he's very good at helping his laner and jungler make effective trades. And again, I mentioned the importance of ganking. Lance is going to come into the list this time round because he's very, very good at ganking, very, very good in early jungle trades too. So I think you guys are kind of getting the idea as to where this list is going. Essentially because Healing Flask is the only form of sustain outside of a hero's kit now. It's very, very difficult to take bad trades. Book of Eulogies got nerfed, Halcyon Potions got removed, and you've only got Healing Flasks. So if you burn your Healing Flask in an early jungle trade, or if you burn your Healing Flask in an early lane trade, and then the enemy laner takes another trade in their favour, you have to go back. You give up jungle rotations, you give up farm, you potentially even give up turret. So anybody that can either sustain themselves, or is just very good at trading in the early game, is going to be good right now. That's just the way it is right now because it's so unforgiving in Vainglory at the moment. It's very unforgiving. If you make a mistake, it's easier to be punished. So that's why these picks for me will be the picks on update 2.8. Hope to see you soon, guys. I'm going to do another video tomorrow. No idea what I'm going to do it on. We'll see what I feel like. See you soon.